We're talking with Ann Bryant, the Executive Director of the National School Boards Association, who's with us speaking at our Leadership Summit. And Ann, during your remarks, you talked about the need to transform public education. What do you mean by that?
Well, we as a school board group are the leaders that can actually take public education from where it is today, which is actually doing some very good things, but transforming it so that our students are ready for tomorrow and the jobs for tomorrow. One of the things I showed was a little video called Shift Happens. It talks about how students will have to get ready for 10 to 13 different jobs in their lives. They will need not only the technological skills, but the 21st century skills, analytical reasoning, critical thinking, problem solving, working in teams. These are the kinds of skills that business leaders tell us they need to hire today and tomorrow. So transforming from sort of the basics that we used to always know and love to the critical thinking skills of tomorrow.
And yet we don't seem to be heading in that direction necessarily. You talked about even blowing up No Child Left Behind. Tell us about that.
Well, I think we all recognize that No Child Left Behind, though it might have had good intentions, is the wrong direction. To focus students' learning on two tests, reading and math, bubble tests that range in excellence from okay to not good at all, is crazy. So once a year, teachers are focusing their kids on getting ready for these tests, taking any time, I would argue, but valuable learning time to focus on these wrong tests is simply bad for kids. So yeah, I'd like to blow up No Child Left Behind. NSBA is working hard with MSBA to help our Congress understand that we want accountability. We want accountability, but we don't want these sanctions that drive bad behavior. Our accountability should be to parents and to our communities. That's the ultimate accountability measure. It's our communities who are paying for our public schools. It's our parents who care about their kids, and they should know how Johnny and Jane are doing on reading and math. So having a good test isn't the bad part of it. It's driving wrong teaching and learning that's the bad part of No Child Left Behind.
You also talked about project-based learning. What's that?
Well, I'm a real advocate in project-based learning. Kids doing real work. So I showed a video about kids analyzing a pond and the life in that pond. I understand Missouri has a stream program across the state where kids are using rivers and streams to actually learn chemistry, biology, ecology, math. And it's real work. So students involved in cleaning up a toxic site, or students involved in building a homeless shelter, students involved in real work captures their imagination. And oh, by the way, we can teach them the skills they need while we're doing it.
What about the role of the school board and in this transformation that needs to take place? What should school boards be doing?
There has never been a more important time for the role of school boards. First of all, we are the governors. You are the governors of public education. You are the trustees. And with that word governor and trustee comes a lot of responsibility. Yes, you're financial stewards. Yes, you are accountability to the community. But most importantly, you can ask the tough questions. You can ask the questions that businesses might ask, that community citizens might ask about what are we doing to transform learning. You can be the people who don't have a vested interest except for kids. You don't represent an employee group. You represent the future. You represent our communities. There's never been a more important role, but with that responsibility, we've got to raise our voices. We've got to get more active on Capitol Hill. We've got to join with NSBA and MSBA to raise the level of understanding of the public. So they are supporting our public schools, and they are telling Congress, change the No Child Left Behind law, fund our public schools. Those are the messages we need our public to state, and school board members are the best advocates.
And you've announced your retirement from NSBA coming up in a few weeks, and you've been with NSBA for a number of years now. As you reflect and think about the future also, are you optimistic about public education?
Well, September 30 is 4 months away, and I'm focusing like a laser beam until then, but I'm optimistic. I certainly have bad days, it's the No Child Left Behind days, but I'm optimistic because I think we have in our schools today the next great generation. We have kids who want to make a difference. We have children who are learning these technological skills and who will be the leaders of tomorrow. It's our job to harness their skills, to harness their potential, and to not sit this one out.
Ann Bryant, thank you very much.
Thank you.